Hi, all. First, I want to thank Mike Pagano for inviting me to write the short piece measuring investor outcomes for the Financial Review. My goal here is mainly to get people thinking. Um, we have a lot of papers where we measure investment performance, where we measure returns. But most typically, we report arithmetic means, like we compute returns to characteristic portfolios and compare them. We report alphas, which are conditional arithmetic means. We report Sharpe ratios. Um, those are all very familiar, but they're all intellectually grounded in the single period capital asset pricing model. I'm interested in getting us to think more about how we measure returns in ways that are most relevant for multi-period, long horizon investors. So in the paper, I touch on a number of alternative measures, and I'll just mention them briefly here, kind of going from the ones that are going to be familiar to more people already to some that would be less familiar. Geometric means and their compound equivalent buy and hold returns. Dollar-weighted returns, which are the internal rate of return from the stream of cash flows to an investor or a group of investors. Um, Modifications of the internal rate of return, which we propose because those appropriate modifications can be meaningfully compounded, whereas the internal rate of return itself, not so much. And then I and my prior co-authors are trying to get um, a shift in thinking to focus more on the stream of consumption or other real activities that can be funded by a return. So we introduce a particular measure, we call it the sustainable return, but we can easily think about alternatives, ways of measuring returns that would also focus on consumption streams. One of the things that comes out of this focus on consumption streams is that the sequence of returns matters. Uh, the sequence of returns doesn't alter the arithmetic mean, doesn't alter the geometric mean, but it does matter, and I try to bring that out in the paper. I want to stress I'm not advocating that we abandon the current measures, especially for the younger researchers out there. Um, First of all, most of the econometric tools that we bring to bear are focused on various versions of the arithmetic mean, Sharpe ratios, alphas, et cetera. And it's a familiar framework for the people who'll be reviewing research work. You'll notice that some of my own papers continue to use the traditional tools, particularly if I have young, untenured co-authors. The goal of the piece is to stimulate more thought. In particular, it'd be useful to stimulate more thought on the part of econometricians, because if we're going to use these alternative measures, we need to be able to conduct statistical inference. For those of you who are already tenured, I mean, one of the reasons we're tenured is to give us some freedom to take more risks. So I would, in particular, try to urge tenured faculty to be thinking more about how we can meaningfully measure returns for long horizon investors. So as I said, the main point is to stimulate thought and conversation. Feel free to reach out to me. I have the world's easiest email address, hb@asu.edu.